difference in playing it up, because most of the lies you get out here are all really good. And so I understand how a golf purist would be like, oh, play it as it lies, but I don't think they understand what it's like literally working your entire life.
What if golf's clean-cut golden boy wasn't as squeaky clean as everyone thought? Scottie Scheffler, the calm, humble Texan the PGA Tour built its image around, might not be as untouchable as fans believed. For years, he's been praised as the man who never even blinked at LIV Golf's mountains of cash, while stars like Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson chased mega deals. But now, quiet whispers are starting to shake that perfect picture. According to insiders, a secret $5 million proposal may have been quietly slid across the table to Scheffler, a deal that appeared, vanished, and left behind nothing but questions. Did the sport's most loyal soldier actually get tempted? Did he keep the door slightly cracked open while smiling for the cameras? If that's true, it changes everything about how fans see him. When LIV Golf stormed into the scene waving ridiculous contracts, Scheffler instantly became the PGA Tour's poster of loyalty. While headlines screamed about Dustin Johnson's $100 million payday and Phil Mickelson's shocking defection, Scheffler played it cool. No drama, no flash, just fairways and focus. He wasn't chasing private jets or influencer fame, just keeping life simple with his wife and tight circle of friends. To golf purists, he was the moral compass, a reminder that the game could still have integrity in a world of chaos. But beneath that clean image came a mountain of pressure. The PGA Tour needed him to stay loyal, to be their living proof that legacy could still stand tall against LIV's money storm. And that's exactly why these rumors hit so deep. Because if even Scottie Scheffler was listening to secret offers, then maybe no one in golf is truly unshakable anymore. The whispers didn't start from tabloids or drama blogs either. They came from people inside the sport, quiet voices that know too much to be ignored. And if those voices are right, then the PGA's moral foundation might be built on thinner ice than anyone realized.
I've been playing golf my whole life for free, and the money's just a bonus. And so if somebody wants to pay us to come out here and play golf, then that's great. I'm not going to say no to it. I'm going to do the best I can.
They came crawling out from the internet's shadows, late-night forums, underground golf threads, and obsessive podcast circles where every whisper turns into wildfire. These weren't casual fans, they were the digital detectives of golf gossip, connecting dots others didn't even see. And one name kept surfacing again and again: Scottie Scheffler. At first, people laughed. Scheffler? The man of principle? The PGA's golden knight who wouldn't even take a meeting? No way! But the more folks dug, the more suspicious the timing looked. Rumor had it, quiet conversations might have taken place right in the middle of LIV Golf's biggest recruiting spree. The same wild period when Brooks Koepka and Cameron Smith shocked the world by jumping ship. Suddenly, Scheffler's unshakable image started to look a little human.
Of the two you've still to win, is it one you feel you've got a better chance than the other, US Open style or a links?
I don't think so. You know, I think I like both styles of golf. I love kind of getting beat up at the US Open. I think that's a fun battle between us. And
according to online chatter, Scheffler's team may not have been planning to leave, but they might have been listening. And honestly, who could turn their back on a life-changing fortune without at least hearing the pitch? That's when talk of a mysterious $5 million retainer started surfacing. Not a contract, not a public commitment, just a quiet gesture to keep doors open. Supposedly, it was money meant to disappear the moment anyone noticed. Most fans brushed it off as internet nonsense, but the noise only got louder. Insiders claimed LIV Golf didn't just want Scheffler. They wanted to make sure he never became the PGA Tour's eternal golden boy. Their alleged Plan A was genius in its simplicity. A secret $5 million insurance deal, no strings, no spotlight, just silent leverage in golf's biggest power game.
hit shots at control distance, and all of a sudden, due to a rules decision, that is completely taken away from us just by chance.
It was money whispered through back channels, handled by trusted insiders, and never meant to leave a paper trail. The idea was bold. If Scottie Scheffler ever even flinched, LIV wanted to be right there, door wide open, waiting for him to walk through it. According to insiders close to the chaos, the alleged pitch to Scheffler was almost risk-free, a move so slick it sounded unreal. The offer? Take the cash, keep playing on the PGA Tour, and decide later if jumping ship made sense. Basically, a $5 million just-in-case bonus. No strings, no pressure. It was wild, paying someone millions just to not reject an offer. But honestly, that bold strategy screamed LIV Golf all over. They weren't just recruiting, they were rewriting the rules, testing if even loyalty could be bought for the right price. That's when everything started getting weird. Like, spy movie weird. For months, the whispers about the alleged $5 million deal bounced through golf's underground like static electricity. No proof, no names, just a constant hum that wouldn't fade away. Then suddenly, it happened. What fans now call the leaks. Anonymous accounts began posting what they claimed were screenshots of draft agreements and email chains between LIV insiders and someone supposedly close to Scheffler's camp. One blurry image even showed the phrase non-binding retainer agreement right next to a figure that looked a whole lot like $5 million. The internet exploded overnight.
And did you have to make any change?
Yeah.
And how did that go? Did that have anything to do with hitting it left today?
No, I think that was my fault.
Twitter turned into a full-blown digital crime scene. Fans zooming in on signatures, comparing fonts, and matching timestamps like FBI analysts. Some swore the screenshots were real, claiming it proved Scheffler at least listened. But just as fast as the chaos started, everything vanished. Posts deleted, accounts gone, links dead. It was like someone flipped a digital kill switch. Within days, all that remained were fragments, Reddit threads describing screenshots no one could find anymore. The cleanup was so surgical, people started asking the obvious. Was this intentional? Did Scheffler's legal team swoop in to shut it all down? Or did LIV Golf quietly bury the mess to protect their image? Maybe it was all a hoax that fell apart once people got too close to the truth. Whatever happened, the silence only made the mystery louder. Fans couldn't stop talking, and every deleted post, every missing link just made the story more suspicious. Because if there was nothing to hide, then why did every trace of the evidence disappear overnight? Behind the scenes, the PGA Tour was buzzing. They couldn't just ignore the storm anymore, not with Scheffler's name swirling in every whisper and tweet. Nothing was ever confirmed publicly, of course, but insiders swear those rumors about Scottie's alleged secret talks with LIV Golf made their way straight to the top brass. And the timing? Way too perfect to be coincidence.
When we're in the States, if we're practicing short game around the green, playing a practice round, I probably will use two clubs. I'll use a 60 degree and a 56. And here,
right after the whispers caught fire, the PGA Tour suddenly rolled out massive prize money boosts and new bonus pools for its top-ranked stars. On paper, it looked like a smart business move to stay competitive with LIV's insane payouts. But not everyone was buying that clean-cut explanation. Some insiders believed Scheffler himself may have quietly influenced those changes from behind the curtain. The theory spread fast. Scottie had seen LIV's offers up close and might have subtly hinted that even his loyalty had a price. If the tour wanted to keep their golden boy, they'd better make it worth it. It was the kind of power play that changed everything, and the ripple effect? Immediate. Veteran players started mumbling under their breath, questioning whether the golden child was really as pure as the headlines made him seem. Some players even whispered that the PGA Tour bent over backward to protect Scheffler's spotless image, terrified that if their model of loyalty got caught entertaining a rival's pitch, it'd explode into the biggest PR disaster in golf history. But those whispers didn't stay locked behind boardroom doors for long. They slipped into locker rooms, fueling jealousy, envy, and straight-up suspicion. Soon, the tension was thick enough to cut with a 9-iron. Even fans started daring to ask the question no one wanted to touch. Did Scottie actually take the money? That's when the entire golf world split in two, believers who swore he'd never sell out, and skeptics who thought maybe, just maybe, the golden boy wasn't so spotless after all. He was the perfect role model. Calm, grounded, family-centered, the kind of man who'd rather spend a quiet night at Bible study than cut shady deals with LIV execs. To fans, Scottie Scheffler was golf's walking saint, so when whispers of a secret $5 million payoff surfaced, loyalists dismissed it immediately. They called it jealous talk from bitter fans, just noise. But the doubters, they weren't buying it. They started connecting dots that didn't quite add up, and suddenly, the too good to be true image started to crack. People noticed subtle lifestyle changes that made them pause. Talk of upgraded travel routines, quiet rumors about Scheffler joining a private jet share, something he'd always publicly denied. Then came the reports of shiny, state-of-the-art practice facilities popping up almost overnight on his Texas turf. To skeptics, those weren't random coincidences. They were breadcrumbs, clues that pointed towards something hidden. Even with his steady PGA Tour success, the math didn't add up. Sure, Scheffler was doing great, tournament wins, sponsor deals, but not that great. A quiet $5 million boost suddenly looked like the missing puzzle piece. There was no proof, no documents, no smoking gun, just patterns that didn't stop repeating themselves. And those patterns lit a fire that just wouldn't die down. People started asking the hard question again. Can loyalty in golf really be unbreakable? Or does every hero have a price?
We're getting paid to play. Should we be getting paid the money we pay to play in these tournaments now? I mean, we get paid pretty dang well to play in golf tournaments.
But that led to an even bigger, scarier thought. Why would LIV Golf allegedly throw millions at a man who never even joined them? If the whispers were real, then this wasn't about Scottie Scheffler chasing cash. It was about LIV Golf striking straight at the heart of the PGA Tour's moral compass. For years, Scheffler was the shining example of purity, the man who stayed loyal while others chased fortune. But if it ever came out that he'd quietly accepted money from LIV without switching sides, it would have blown up everything. The PGA Tour's credibility, their image, their so-called integrity. If the rumors were true, the PGA Tour's whole message would crumble. How could they criticize Brooks, Bryson, or Phil for chasing the bag if their own golden boy had secretly done the same thing? That thought shook the entire sport to its core. It wasn't just fans feeling uneasy, the whole golf world was rattled. Because if Scheffler, the man built up as golf's symbol of purity, had taken under-the-table money, then who else was part of the game? Rory? Spieth? Maybe others hiding in plain sight? The whispers weren't just about one man's loyalty anymore. They hinted at something bigger, darker, a web of secret deals and quiet payoffs buried beneath golf's polished image of honor and tradition. While the public was being fed stories of loyalty and class, something behind the curtain was shifting, and fast. Reporters who tried chasing the story suddenly hit walls out of nowhere. Calls went unanswered, sources ghosted, doors that used to be open slammed shut. Some journalists even claimed they were warned to drop it if they wanted to keep their media access. It was like an invisible boundary had been drawn, a clear message, don't go there. Still, a few fearless independents refused to let it die. They kept digging, cross-checking private jet records, sponsorship filings, and shell company data tied to sports management firms. And that's when things got messy. Hidden LLCs, overlapping business names, vague transactions. The trail turned into a financial maze designed to confuse anyone looking too close. But through all the noise, one thing stood out: the timing. Several mysterious transfers from unrelated companies lined up almost perfectly with the alleged $5 million offer. Coincidence? Maybe. But in a sport where money moves faster than honesty, fans weren't buying the just coincidence line anymore. The PGA Tour's silence only poured gas on the fire. Officials kept brushing off the talk as baseless gossip, but every denial made the public more suspicious. And by that point, it wasn't about Scheffler alone. It was about trust, power, and how deep the secrets in professional golf really went. What exactly were they protecting? The truth or an image worth millions? By mid-season, the tension was thick enough to slice through with a pitching wedge. Reporters began whispering about a quiet PR cleanup happening behind the scenes. Leaks hinted that select media outlets had been quietly told to shine the spotlight on Scheffler's wholesome side. His charity work, youth programs, and that humble, down-to-earth lifestyle everyone loved. It was the perfect distraction, and it worked, at least for a while. Almost overnight, golf media turned into a praise parade. Feel-good articles flooded feeds. Scheffler's giving back.
For $0 as I do for whatever millions of dollars it is. The money's not my motivation, and so it's not something I think about. It's just a bonus that happens when you're out here playing tournaments.
The heart of a champion, faith, family, and fairways. To some, it looked like good timing, but to others, it screamed damage control. Fans started connecting the dots, calling it a calculated PR move designed to bury controversy under a mountain of kindness. Even players on tour began joking behind closed doors, saying Scheffler was getting a full-on PR glow-up. And then the timing. Again, golf Twitter exploded into chaos, debates flying everywhere. Was the PGA Tour protecting its biggest asset, or was the media quietly covering for one of its most valuable faces? Through all of it, Scheffler said nothing. No denials, no interviews, not even a quick quote. Just silence, calm, collected, and unbothered. For months, he let his game do the talking, putting up world-class performances while the noise kept getting louder. But to fans, that silence started feeling too quiet, almost strategic. In a world where every athlete claps back online within minutes, his refusal to say anything only made people more suspicious. Was Scottie ignoring drama or hiding something deeper? Then came the bombshell that reignited everything. A golf YouTuber, famous for digging into sports scandals, claimed to have found verified financial records linking one of Scheffler's sponsors to a company connected to LIV Golf investors. Suddenly, the whispers weren't just rumors anymore. They had receipts. The video blew up overnight. Millions of views in just a few hours. The creator never came out and accused Scheffler directly, but they dropped one chilling question that shook golf to its core. Could sponsor money have been used as a front for a secret payment? Boom. The internet lost its mind. Reaction videos, think pieces, endless Twitter threads, every platform was drowning in speculation. Some fans called it real journalism. Others rolled their eyes, saying it was just clickbait made to stir drama. But for the PGA Tour, the timing couldn't have been worse. Just days before one of the season's biggest tournaments, the headlines about Scheffler's mystery sponsor completely stole the spotlight. Even former pros jumped into the frenzy, some defending Scottie, saying he was being unfairly dragged into a conspiracy storm, while others hinted that maybe, just maybe, there was a grain of truth behind the chaos. And suddenly, golf, the sport of calm, class, and composure, was drowning in one of the loudest social media storms it had ever seen. Behind all the noise, Scheffler's inner circle was scrambling to keep control. Friends described him as tense yet unshaken, a man walking through fire without flinching. Insiders whispered about private meetings between Scheffler's camp and PGA executives, so secretive that even longtime staff had no clue what was discussed. Whatever was going on, it was clear. The walls were closing in. But then, something no one expected flipped the narrative completely. Amid the chaos, Scheffler went on an absolute tear, on him winning again and again, locking in like never before. Tournament after tournament, he played with a new fire, a quiet, dangerous focus that made the noise fade into the background. It was like the controversy didn't break him. It forged him. Maybe that was the real story all along. Not a scandal, but a man proving that no rumor, no headline, no whisper could shake his game. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one.